So we are discussing the structures of the universe. So in this, I think we have covered the Bhumandala, then the horizontal structure of seven deepas, seven oceans, how the seventh deepa, the chariot of the sun, is moving around Mount this on the Manasottara mountain, surrounding the in the seventh Dvipa surrounding Mount Sumeru. Based on that, we have discussed some of the description. This is like the vertical structure of the universe where we are discussing. So this is like one Brahmanda in this the situation we are seeing. So this is like Bhumandala, and then this Bhumandala in the center is the Jambudvipa, like a small point where we are also sitting in the Jambudvipa, in the mother in the earth on our planet here. So this is like complete Bhumandala and other Varshas are also there. So this Bhumandala, uh, within this Bhumandala, this is like Lokalaka mountain which is extending up to Dhruvaloka. So within this, in the seventh Dvipa, the sun is circumambulating around Mount Sumeru, and it is like daily rotating the clockwise direction, Pradakshina, and the other systems, other planetary systems, like Moon is also rotating above, like the like these are like different circles. Circles are rounds where Moon is also circumambulating around Mount Sumeru. 28. There are 28 nakshatras which are like classified into 12 rashis zodiac. So those also revolve around Mount Sumeru and other planetary systems like Shukra, Venus, Buddha, Mercury, Mars. Buddha is Mars, Angaraka is Mars, and Guru is Jupiter, Shani is Saturn. So these are the different planets that are also rotating uh, according to this, according to around Mount Sumeru. So here, how we can imagine is that the Dhruva Loka is the pole star, and all the stars, imagine a chandelier. If it is tied, a chandelier is rotating. When it is tied to the top, when it is rotating, all the elements will also keep rotating. So, mm, so, so this chandelier is kind of rotating. So similarly, we can imagine the structure that all the planetary systems, all these all these planetary systems that are there, they are also rotating in this structure. In all this sun, moon, nakshatras, Venus, they are all like tied to Dhruvaloka and rotating in a circular way. So this is how everything is moving. Now there is a concept of like Kala Chakra where these 28, 28 or 27 nakshatras that we have discussed, right? So these 27 nakshatras, they are like nakshatra mandalas. Like they are classified into also 12 signs, 12 rashis. And each rashi, that set of those things looks like particular shape. So they have named into some that particular shape name. Simha Rashi, Makara Rashi, Meena Rashi, like that. So entire this Kala Chakra is divided into 12 parts, 12 Rashis, both in English or in Greek or even in Indian calendar. They are all divided into 12 parts. So now this is like completely, it is like you can imagine a Kala, it is a rotating wheel. This Kala Chakra means this is rotating at the speed of Kala Chakra. So like all these stars, they are all rotating. For example, for in our practical case, when we see these stars in the evening at 7 p.m., if we see some of these stars, same star when we look into at 1 p.m. Oh, sorry, 1 a.m. in the morning, 7 p.m. we saw, that's 1 a.m. when we see those stars also moved, just like sun moving in the sky. These stars also moving in the sky, the same direction as the sun. And in the morning, 5 a.m., if we see the same star is also maybe again setting in the western direction. So just like sun is rising and setting, all the stars are also rising and setting from our view. And moon is also rising and setting from our view. So all the stars, sun, moon, everyone is rotating in the clockwise direction. They are like doing pradakshina to they are doing pradakshina to Mount Sumeru. Like Mount Sumeru is here. These are rotating. Moon is rotating. These 28 nakshatras, they are rotating. Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, Saptarshi Mandala. All these are like kind of rotating circularly. So that's how the daily motion is there. That's why when we see in the night time, all these stars they are appearing. Sun and moon, we know anyway, they are rising and setting. All these stars are also rising and setting. So this we can observe. And only pole star, Dhruva Loka, Dhruva Nakshatra, that will not move. That is like fixed location. All other stars we observe as moving. So this is how we are observing. Now there is a there is a variation in the speed of the how the stars move and the sun moves. So this is like Kala Chakra. This wheel, these 28 nakshatras, these 12 rashis, they move in a particular speed. That particular speed is like Kala Chakra speed. So they move in a day, they will kind of approximately complete one circle around Mount Sumeru. So, like they are like completing one round around Mount Sumeru. That's what we are discussing, right? So, Sun is also moving around Mount Sumeru and completing one round. Like they are all these, everything is like tied to Dhruvaloka, one axle, and another axle is Mount Sumeru. So, in that way, they are kind of rotating. So, now, so these 28 nakshatras are also rotating. So, now the speed with which the Kala Chakra rotates is, uh, and the speed with which the sun rotates around Mount Sumeru is slightly different. So Kala Chakra sun speed is little less than the speed of Kala Chakra. Suppose Kala Chakra is rotating like 100 kilometer per hour, for example, and Sun God is rotating at 99 kilometers per hour. So, for example, this Kala Chakra completed one round in a one particular time. In 1 hour, it completed this particular time, one round. But the sun, because its speed is only 99, in 1 hour, it will only cover 99. So it will come here after 1 hour, right? After 1 hour. So basically, after 1 hour, this Kala Chakra completed its round, but sun is lagging after 1 hour here. So actually, Kala Chakra, this happens in a particular day. So suppose approximately sun, we know that in one day the sun completes one round around Mount Sumeru. But Kalachakra will complete little faster than one day. So, for example, Kalachakra completed one round here, but the sun, to complete this round, same time, at the same time when both started here, after one round, sun will be here. After two rounds, that means after 2 days, sun will be here. After 30 days, sun will be here. Means slowly this, because Kalachakra is completing faster, it is moving little backwards. So like that, in 1 year, the sun completes this cycle. That means the speed with which the Kalachakra is rotating, the sun speed, since it is small amount, it is less. It is also moving anti-clockwise with respect to the Kalachakra. So the example that is given in order to understand is discussed in Bhagavatam only. So Shukadeva Goswami, he asks, how is it that sun, like Parikshit Maharaj, he heard that sun does pradakshina towards Mount Sumeru, but it moves in the opposite direction to with respect to Kalachakra. So how to understand that? So for that, the Shukadeva Goswami, he replies that he gives one analogy. So we'll read that so that we will understand what is being discussed in Bhagavatam. So Shukadeva Goswami is Parikshit is asking, you have already affirmed the truth that the supremely powerful sun god travels around Dhruvaloka with both Dhruvaloka and Mount Sumeru on his right. So this term in Sanskrit is called Pradakshina. Pradakshina means always rotating clockwise, keeping the person whom we are doing Pradakshina in the towards our right side. So that is like Pradakshina. So from this picture that we saw, sun god and all other planets, they are doing Pradakshina towards Mount Sumeru and Dhruvaloka. They are rotating like this. But he is saying that Rashinam Abhimukam Pratichalam cha Apradikshina. But with respect to Rashis, you are doing Apradikshina. That means you are going opposite direction. So this is like Apradikshina, means keeping the object in our left side. So how to understand this? So like that he is asking. So then for that Parikshit, Shukadeva Goswami is answering with a nice analogy so that we can understand. When a potter's wheel is moving and small ants located on that big wheel are moving with it, one can see that their motion is different from that of the wheel because they appear sometimes on one part of the wheel and sometimes on another. Similarly, the signs and constellations with Sumeru and Dhruvaloka on their right move with the wheel of time. So that means all these 28 nakshatras, they are moving at the speed of time, wheel of time. And the ant-like sun and other planets move with them. The sun is also moving along with these planets, but it is since its time is little less, just like a pot is moving like circularly, but an ant is sitting, the ant is moving in the opposite direction. So with respect to the pot, the ant is moving in the opposite direction. But from us, from our point of view, even the ant is also rotating clockwise along with the pot. But with respect to the pot, the ant is moving in the opposite direction. So similarly, sun daily with respect to our position, it is moving clockwise. With respect to Mount Sumer, it is moving clockwise. But with respect to the wheel of time, the ant-like sun and other planets move with them. They are moving in the opposite direction. So therefore, they are seen in different signs and constellations at different times. This indication it's that their motion is different from that of the zodiac and the wheel of time. So what is being conveyed is that this zodiac or these constellations, they are moving clockwise in a like a wheel. The sun is also moving clockwise, but when the zodiac completes one round, sun in one day it lags behind by 3 degrees. So uh, so this is like time wheel. This is rotating on the Manasottara mountain. But the sun, since its speed is little less, slowly moving backwards with respect to the time wheel. So therefore, uh, sun approximately in 30 days it will cover this 12 degrees. So in one day it will cover like this 30 degrees. In one day it will cover around 3 degrees. So in approximately 30 days, so this angle is 360 divided by 12, that is 30 degrees. So sun covers 30 degrees by like approximately 1 degree in one day. It is covering sun. So in 30 days, it is covering 30 degrees. So then it is moving into the next Rashi after 30 days. So like that in 12 months, in 360 days, it is covering all these 12 Rashis and coming back to the original position, which is completing 1 year. So for example, at January 14th, the January 14th, Makara Sankranti day, Sun is entering this Makara Rashi, Capricorn. So every year we always get the date of Sankranti as January 14 only. Why? Because that January Makara, the event that Makara Sankranti that is being calculated according to the sun's orbit. So therefore, every year, every since it completes in one particular area. So in January 14, Makara Sankranti. Sankranti is a general term where whenever the sun leaves one Rashi and enters another Rashi, so that is called as Sankranti. So like all these Rashis that are there, the sun.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'll show you one more picture. So these are the constellations. So Capricorn is also Makara is Capricorn, Kumbha is Aquarius, Meena Pisces, Mesha Aries. So at this time of Makara Sankranti, January 14th, the sun god is entering Makara Rashi. So therefore it is called as Makara Sankranti. Like that, if you see the traditional calendar, every month you find one Sankranti. This is like Kumbha Sankranti, next Meena Sankranti, Mesha Sankranti. So currently sun is somewhere here in the Mesha Rashi in April month. So in each month the sun is like moving into each of the Rashis. So like sun moves in each month in 1 degree. In 1 month it is crossing 1 month distance. So this is like one motion that we understand. Now this is the movement of sun in the horizontal direction. So there is also a vertical direction in which the sun is moving. I think last time we have covered little bit. That is like sun while doing circumambulation towards Mount Meru. So daily it is circumambulating Mount Sumeru, but in a yearly basis, after completing daily, it also moves upwards and downwards. So that movement is called as Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. So when the sun starts moving towards northern direction, upward direction, that is called as Uttarayana. When the sun moves towards the southern direction, that is called as Dakshinayana. So that is, for example, uh, in order to understand this. So, like this is the sun that is moving clockwise towards Mount Sumeru. So, from sometimes sun moves upward. So, this is like universal picture. North is like true north is towards the upward direction, towards Satyaloka. This is like 3D. So, therefore, 3D we are saying that true north is the upward direction in that globe. So, sun uh, on January 14, it will be in its downward position. Slowly, after January 14, it starts moving upwards towards the direction of Dhruvaloka. So basically, Dhruvaloka and Sun, they are connected by a like some kind of invisible rope or imaginary rope. You can imagine that string when it is Dhruva Maharaj is like pulling that string. The Sun slowly moves towards this direction. So from January 14, the sun moved towards Dhruvaloka for 6 months. So he is going like this. So this is like towards the north and also towards the Mount Sumeru. And from after 6 months, June 21st somewhere, it starts moving backwards. So that means it is moving southwards and also going away from Manasottara mountain. So therefore, for 6 months it is traveling north. So that duration is called as Uttarayana. For 6 months it is going southern direction, that is called as Dakshinayana. So in this way, in 6 months it is going Uttarayana, 6 months it is going Dakshinayana. Now when it is going towards Uttarayana, when it is doing Uttarayana, going towards 6 months to Dhruvaloka, this its orbit is also coming closer to Earth. So in the January month, the sun is farthest from Earth, from the central point, and slowly in the like slowly when it is coming towards the June, that time it is the closest to Earth. So this is like, and then after in between there is a middle point where it is like where- so like so basically the sun is like when it is moving coming back 6 months it is coming closer and going farther, and in the earth in the globe shape, depending on which place one is located in the northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere, sometimes the orbit of the sun directly comes above that place. So that time that particular place will experience summer, and when the orbit of the sun is going away from that place, slowly the summer will reduce. And the like two motions that are deciding the different seasons on air. One is sun is coming closer and going. This is like one thing that will decide. And also depending on the location on air, in which time, northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere, in which place the sun is directly above. So that time that will experience the summer. For example, in India, uh, like in India, the sun is moving closer. Uh, Also in the like in the May, June. June is like most closer, but at the time of May, the sun is like directly above in India. So therefore, May there is a heat, the summer, and June, it is not directly above, but it is closer. But slowly the rainy season will start because of the heat. And again, in the month of October, the sun is directly uh, above the India. That's where again the October heat will come. And then the slowly as sun moves farther away, it goes farther as well as it goes away from India's direction. So therefore, in the month of January and December, here they will experience the winter. So that's how the seasons are varying because of the movement of sun. Different, this explanation, Bhagavatam gives an example of a oil pulling machine where this axle is being kept on this bull and this rotates, and one more axle is also kept which will kind of regulate this length of this axle. So therefore similarly the sun's orbit, although daily it is rotating circularly, but over months it is also the direction will vary. For example, when we see the sunrise in the month of January, it may be towards our right side. But the same sunrise when we are seeing after some months, it is maybe directly rising. And after some months in the June, it rises in our left side more. So there is some gap is there. That variation of sun over the months is also there apart from the daily rotation around the earth. So this is like the movement of sun, the Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. So this is like the projection of the earth. So depending on North Pole, South Pole, where we are located, different times, different summer and winter will come. Since Earth is located on the, sorry, India is located in the North Pole. So that time when May comes, it is like that time it is directly above India. So that time it experiences winter. And other times, since sun comes down, it will go farther away. So that time, in the time of January, it experiences winter. So in this way, the different locations experience different seasons. And day and night concept is same, similar to our logic. So whenever the sun is rising, so whenever like sun is like kind of moving in the Mansutra mountain, and whenever we are seeing the first time the rise of the sun, so that is day for us. So whenever we are seeing first time the sun, that is sunrise, and the opposite place they may see it as setting. And when the sun is setting in the opposite place, that time it may see as rising. This is the same logic that we know currently we apply. The same similar way, the rising, the when sun is rotating in the Manasotra mountain, that first time when we see sun, when we see first time, that is like sunrise. When we see setting, that is like sunset. In this way, day and night are explained, and different seasons are also explained. Now, the speed, the as mentioned, the speed with which the sun rotates is different in the speed of Kala Chakra. That's why we are seeing 1 degree lag. Now, this is like we have explained for sun, but the same way the moon is also rotating. So just like the logic that I have given, this all rashis, they are all rotating circular way in the right, like in the pradakshina they are doing, and sun is also doing pradakshina. But after one day, like sun, when both wheel of time is here and sun is here, after half day, what will happen? This wheel rotate here, so Capricorn will come here. The sun will also come here, and then after full day, again the Capricorn will come here. The sun will also come here, but it lags 1 degree behind after one circle, right? So this is how we have explained. The sun slowly after 30 days, it is moving here and entering into this Rashi. So daily both are moving, but in a month, after 1 month, slowly the sun moves backward. Means sun is entering into this Rashi. That's how the sun is entering into different Rashis. So now, the same case, moon is also rotating like this only. Moon is also circumambulating, but the moon speed is little more less than even the sun speed. So therefore, moon in 1 day, when the sun completes, goes 1 degree behind, the moon goes 12 degrees behind. So that means after 1 day, when this wheel completes one round, sun will not be able to complete the round. So it will be here. The moon still will not be able to complete, but it is still more less speed than sun. So therefore it will come here. But it will like almost 12 degrees it is coming. So after 2 days, sun will be 2 degrees lagging here, but the moon will be 24 degrees lagging. After 3 days, sun will be 3 degrees lagging here. The moon will be 36 degrees. That means the moon is entering next Rashi within 3 days only. Every 2.5 days, the moon enters into next day. And within 30 days, within 30 days, the moon completes one round and comes back to this position. Whereas sun only comes to next Rashi. So apparently, the moon speed with respect to time wheel is more, but actually the sun speed is greater. The sun speed is almost close to time wheel speed. Therefore, it is moving slowly. But the moon speed is little more less. Therefore, it is moving across wheel 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 of time more faster. So in this way, so the moon completes the circle within 2 pakshas. That means those are called as 2 paksha. One paksha is 15 days. In 15 days, the moon covers half the, and in another 15 days, it completes the zodiac. So that's how the 2 pakshas are there. So the moon, when it in this way, like it completes the speed of moon is slightly different from the sun. So similarly, the speed of other planets are also different. The speed of Shukragaha is almost same as Sun God. So therefore, it is like slightly 1 degree daily back lacking. Similarly, Buddha is also 1 degree lacking. But the speed of Mangala is almost like little faster than Sun God, but less than the wheel of time. It is like 2 by 30 degrees 1 day. So therefore, to complete the circle of zodiac, it will take 45 days. Guru Graha will take much more, it is like much more closer to Kalachakra speed. So it will take 1 year to complete, to go to one Rasi, and it will take 12 years to complete the circle. And Shani Graha will take 30 years to complete the circle. Then this way, different Grahas have different speeds. So therefore, they will take different times to complete the circle of this zodiac. So, are there any questions that you want to ask at this point to get more clarity? Or is it like anything, everything is like going above head, which is difficult to
No
understand?
problem. I think we're good.
Okay, fine. Okay, if it is so much complicated, then we'll just cover the like little bit whatever we can understand, we will understand. So basically, it explains all the seasons, day and night, that what we are experiencing, and the different eclipses, how they are being understood. All these phenomena that we daily experience, everything is being explained when we study these constellations, these how they are moving. Those are being explained. So now the height of the orbits with respect to sun, they are also mentioned. The sun is like if we take sun as the reference, the moon god is uh, just like zero point 0.1 million yojanas above the orbit of the sun. But the moon god's orbit is little closer. The sun is moving farther, but the moon is a little closer. So therefore, that's why the distance between Earth and Moon is smaller than the distance between the Earth and Sun. So, like this Sun, the Sun's distance from Earth is little farther. This is like 15.75 million yojanas, and the Moon is moving little closer. But with respect to Sun's rays in the horizontal plane, it is like zero point 0.1 million yojanas above, but it is like 15.75 million yojanas farther. So therefore, although sun god is like above the orbit of moon god is above the orbit of sun god, but still the distance between sun and moon, which is distance between earth and moon is less than the distance between earth and sun. And the distance between earth and sun is like 15.75 million yojanas, which is approximately the same as our modern calculation says. So that's why, like even in Sri Ramcharitmanas, the Tulsidas writes and the Hanuman Chalisa that the like like approximately almost he comes to the same figure as a modern understanding. The distance between the sun and while praising Hanuman, that you jumped these many yojanas distance to sun. Like that, he is giving in 500 years back only, he is giving approximate distance between sun and earth. So that's how he prayed, because these are all mentioned in our shastras. So, similarly, this moon is like 1 lakh yojanas above sun god, zero point 0.1 million yojanas basically. And then above the orbit of moon god is zero point 0.2 million yojanas above. I mean, 2 lakh yojanas above is the nakshatras they are moving. Above them, 2 lakh yojanas is the Buddha Graha. Above them, 2 lakhs is the Angarika Graha. Then Jupiter, then Saturn. And then 7 stars, Saptarshi Mandala, they are also moving. So they also move with the speed of nakshatras, wheel of time. And then above is the Dhruvaloka, which is like fixed loka. It doesn't move. So it is like fixed, and all others they are like kind of circumambulating around Dhruva, which are like kind of moving, right? So uh, and then above Dhruvaloka, so these are like the Dhruvaloka, and below Dhruvaloka is the like Swarga Loka. And above Dhruvaloka are the four topmost lokas. Janaloka, uh, Maharloka, Tapaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. Satyaloka is the topmost planet where Brahmaji lives. And the distances are also very huge, like 10 million yojana, 20 million yojana, 80 million yojana, and 120 million yojanas above Tapaloka. So that means huge distances compared to this. This area is much larger compared to this area. So here the Brahmaji resides, and this is like one Brahmanda, and beyond the covering of this Satyaloka is, and this closing shell, there is a layer of earth which is like 10 times the diameter of this universe. And then what there is beyond the layer of earth is a 10 times width, there is a layer of water. Beyond that, there is 10 times width, there is a layer of fire. Beyond that, there is 10 times more, more than fire, the air. So everything is like very, very huge compared to this whole. After that, ether, mind, false ego. Like that, compared to all this universe, even the innermost part is like very small part, and within that also, the Bhumandala is like very small part, and Jambudvipa is also very small tiny point. In that Jambudvipa, Bharatavarsha, Bharatakanda, Earth where we are living is like very, very, very small tiny point compared to the universe. So one of the understanding to get us to this studying this universal structure is, or the studying the time, is also to make us understand that how tiny we are, how insignificant we are, like compared to the dimensions of this whole universe, we are like nothing. Even our whole earth is like nothing, so small. And what to speak of in earth where we are living, or each individual, how tiny we are. So compared to the complete universe, the like we are like kind of insignificant, compared to this power of this whole, the external energy of the Lord. So that's how one of the understanding is how insignificant we are, how even the places that we are seeing, that is also very, very small compared to all other places. So that is also one of the understanding that we want to get from these discussions. So these are the different heights that are given, and also uh, these mm, the this is like a vertical structure we are discussing. This is like movements, and this is like the distances that we have. And there are some more descriptions about each of the grahas that are mentioned. Like the for each of the thing that we can see, there is some description we can read from here. The sun is situated in the middle of the universe between Bhuloka and Bhuvarloka, and uh, the sun covers the complete zodiac belt in 12 months. So that means in 12 months, the sun is rotating one anti-clockwise with respect to zodiac belt, with respect to constellations. But the moon passes through one constellation in 30 muhurtas, or in one day, 30 days, or so within 30 days it will complete one round, that is moon. So when we see the moon, within 30 days it will complete. Within 3 days it kind of crosses one particular Rashi and enters into another Rashi. And within 30 days it completes the whole cycle because the moon speed is less. So that is the description that is given. The moon passes through one constellation in 30 muhurtas, or in one day. So this is the moon movement. Then there is a constellations. Constellations are nothing but these nakshatras, and 27 nakshatras, which are also said to be the wives of moon god. And there is one other more nakshatra is called as Abhijit nakshatra. They all move clockwise around Mount Meru on the wheel of time. That means these constellations, these 28 nakshatras, they are moving in the speed of wheel of time. And Shukra Graha, so there is like in the Jyotish Shastra, we hear some grahas are auspicious, some grahas are inauspicious, like that we hear. So some description is given here. Right? So Shukra Graha is mentioned moves like the sun, sometimes behind and sometimes in front. It is always considered favorable for all people, generally causing rain by its movement and removing evil influence of other planets which are obstacles to rain. So this Shukra Graha is said to be auspicious Graha, and it moves with the speed of sun. So that means it's almost equal to the sun speed. So wherever the sun is there, at one particular angle, always within 48 degrees of the sun, because both are moving in the same speed. So that is Shukra Graha. Then Buddha Graha. Buddha is also said to be the son of Soma, so Mercury. So he is also moving in the same speed as sun. Buddha is also 1 degree per day. So it's generally auspicious, and when it moves away from the sun, produces some kind of calamities. And then in Angaraka Graha, if it is like generally it is passing sometimes in one sign in 3 fortnights. Very is like it like 2/3 is the speed per day. So in 45 days, it completes one zodiac, and it will take 540 days to complete the complete zodiac. So, and this is generally said to be inauspicious graha. And Bruhaspati, Guru, uh, is like it will take even more. hmm. It will take one, but if one year happen, it moves from one Rashi to another Rashi. So it is like very far, very slow when with respect to sun. And the Shani is even slower than the Guru Graha. It will take 30 years to complete the one circle in uh, in one circle in zodiac, and it is said to be inauspicious generally. So, and then this like Sade Sati, seven that you might have heard, 7.5 years Shani Graha is there. So how is that? It will take 2.5 years to move from one Rashi to another Rashi. And when the nakshatra, Dharma nakshatra, when it coincides with that, in that Rashi, so we previous Rashi and next Rashi together, it is like 7.5 years. So for every 30 years, like 7.5 years, like that, the Sadesati, that explanation is there. But anyway, all these grahas will have their influence. But for the devotees, we always have the understanding that when we take to the process of devotional service, all these things, whatever it may be, they all become like auspicious when one completely taking shelter of Krishna. It is said that Prabhupada, like sometimes devotees asked Prabhupada, should we like should we believe in Jyotish Shastra, all these things? Prabhupada said they are all correct, but for us, when we just take the process of bhakti, just by chanting and other processes, all these reactions of previous, uh, like basically based on our karma, we get certain types of body, certain types of all these things, the stars, all these things indicates like kind of our karma. So therefore, when Jyotishya Shastra, Jyotish Pandit, when they predict, basically they are predicting based on our past karma. But when someone takes to the path of bhakti, immediately takes seriously the path of bhakti, the bhakti as a primary process, and then in this way, when they come under the shelter of Lord Vishnu Krishna, so that time his suffering and his happiness will not be under the direction of his karma. His karma basically controlled by the Supreme Lord. If Lord wants to give suffering to that devotee, he will give suffering. And if Lord wants to give facilities, give recognition, or give fame, the Lord wants to give all those things. The auspicious things also depends on the Lord, and inauspicious things also like punishments and suffering, they are also given by the Lord. They are not under the jurisdiction of karma. So therefore, one need not worry about the different grahas influence when one completely takes shelter of Krishna. Sometimes Prabhupada kind of joke that you have so many lines in your hand, but if you sit in kirtan and simply clap, then all your lines will change. So how is that? Basically, when one is completely taking shelter of the Lord through His name, kirtan, bhakti, hearing, chanting, so that time that will kind of changes his karma. So and he no longer influenced by his previous simple activities. He is under the control of the Lord. And if that person is committing mistakes, the Lord only will punish that person. How is it that Lord is punishing? So how to understand Lord punishing his own devotees? That he is like a father or a mother chastising their own son or daughter. So but there is a difference between mothers chastising a son and police constable chastising a thief. Why? The mother's chastising son is like a lot of affection will be there, but the police that affection may not be so much. And and then also the always mother's punishment is always considerable. It's not like so heavy. But the police may punish the thief very heavily, thief or other crime person. So there is the difference between the karam, like sufferings. Only the mother has lovingly want to rectify the situation so that he will not commit mistake. Therefore, he may punish. Similarly, Lord, when a devotee takes shelter of the Lord, if the devotee is not changing himself and is not committing mistakes, then Lord mercifully may punish the devotee so that he will rectify his mistake and again come to the proper behavior. So that that personal rectification is the mercy of the Lord. Out of mercy is like rectifying without giving too much heavy suffering. It's not like suffering like an police giving to thief, but it is like suffering given by parents to their children. So which is like most out of affection, out of intention to rectify them, so that they will be in future they will be good. So like that, therefore, one need not worry about the different grahas influence. But if one takes shelter of the process of bhakti, the bhakti devi will protect him. Karmani niddhati kintu cha bhakti padan govindamadi purushottamaham bhajami. One nice shloka from Brahma Samhita says that यस्त्विन्द्र गोपमतवेन्द्र महोस्व कर्म बन्धानुरूप फलभाजन मातनोति. So like there is an Indra Gopa, small insect. From that insect till Indra, Devata, who is supreme controller, till heaven. All these people are under the influence of karma. But karmani niddhati kintu cha bhakti padam. But whoever serves the Lord with affection, those karmas will reduce. To that Lord Govinda, I offer my obeisances. Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So in this way, like bhakti is the topmost process, and in order to like that point is highlighted again and again. So here, the even though the like basically why I am saying this is that even though one may see different rashis are having different influences, we need not worry. We just simply take shelter of the Lord by that process of bhakti. All our auspicious things will arise and all the negative things will go away. Lord, we come under the shelter of the Lord. The Lord will take care of our maintenance, protection, and from protection from previous simple activities, their reactions, all those things will be under the direction of the Lord. So therefore, we can understand these things as the mercy of the Lord. So therefore, one need not worry about different these things. So in this way, we have covered some of the some more aspects of uh, Bhumandala. So next time, the planets. Next time we will try to see some more aspects and uh, come to the next chapters. So I'll stop here. If there are any things or comments, let me know. Otherwise, we'll end here.
Prabhuji, we had the eclipse, solar eclipse. Is there any mention about the eclipses in the Bhagavatam also?
Yes, there is slight mention, so we'll discuss that next time. How to
Okay.
understand eclipses and how to understand Rashi, moon's movement, like different nakshatras, Rashis, months, why our calendars, why Diwali and all others keep on changing, but Makar Sankranti is not changing. The moon's movement, we will try to understand our months, Chaitra,
Oh,
Vaishakha, will come up next one.
okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So thank you everyone. Andhra
Thank
Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Srila Prabhupada.